How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and it's another top. We have right now is a top 5 heavy weapons. Top 5 DLC heavy weapons. And these are DLCs only. So coming in at number 5 is the Striker Fat Man. The Striker Fat Man is a pretty beast weapon. As you guys can see, a fat man that shoots bowling balls, instead of actual, like, mini nukes. Pretty cool to have launched in the Far Harbor DLC. So, yeah, guys, the Striker Fat Man is a pretty beastly weapon, well, to have. So, the way to obtain it is found in Beaver Creek Lanes in the Far Harbor location. So, yeah, that's where you can find this epic weapon, and it shoots bowling balls instead of ammo. We've been through this in other top videos of mine. If you guys want to check those out, it will mean quite a bit. And it does not rapid fire cannonballs like this, but it does do what that does, and just gorgeous shot. So if you guys do want a weapon where you can just pick up the ammo right when you're done, make sure you get this weapon. It's time for number 4, Sergeant Ash. Sergeant Ash is a flamer that is sold by Degen, I think it's pronounced, in Arcadia. This is a pretty beastly flamer, guys, and the best part is you guys don't really need to do quests. It is just sold. I personally like weapons that you guys can just buy, and it does have a pretty decent effect for a flamer. This flamer's effect is different than what you would think of most flamers, and is why I like this one personally. Next up, guys, is the Defender's Harpoon Gun. The Defender's Harpoon Gun was launched in Far Harbor. A lot of people say that you shouldn't download Nuka World. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but you should. But Far Harbor is one of the, if you had to make a choice of what one, and you guys did not know which one to buy, personally, I would tell you guys to download Far Harbor. Far Harbor, I think, is cooler, even though you cannot be an overboss of Far Harbor like you can in the Nuka World. Yes, guys, you can be the overboss of Nuka World, and that speaks for itself, I think, because that is pretty freaking epic. In the overboss and have everybody, like, you tell everybody what to do. That's pretty cool. And it fits my character's personality pretty well. I would say that, yeah, downloading Far Harbor would be your best choice. If you had to pick between which two, it would either be Far Harbor or Nuka World. Far Harbor, I think, guys, is just a binsy bit better than Nuka World, just because of the radium rifles and the harpoon guns. Number 2, Skipper's Last Stand. Skipper's Last Stand is another harpoon gun launched in Far Harbor. So this is also why I do recommend downloading Far Harbor. You get 3 types of legendary harpoon guns and maybe other ones that you would just normally find. So do yourself a favor, download Far Harbor. After that, download Nuka World, and then Automatron. Automatron is pretty beast as well, and just turned a lot of heads with building your own robots, which I have done my series of the robot building series. So guys, please make sure you check out that video series. It will help me out tremendously on the channel. So yeah, guys, the Skipper's Last Stand is a quest reward for completing the quest Shipbreaker, and it is a pretty cool quest to complete, guys. It's a pretty long quest, I guess. Not super duper long though, to where you guys won't even be able to think straight. The Skipper's Last Stand is a pretty beastly harpoon gun that you guys should try to pick up in Far Harbor. Now, guys, it is time for number 1, Admiral's Friend. Admiral's Friend is another legendary harpoon gun sold by Alan Lee in the town of Far Harbor. Does double damage if the target is at full health. An extremely useful harpoon gun, and my personal favorite of all the harpoon guns that have been launched in the Far Harbor DLC. That Bethesda has shocked me with this DLC. Yes, guys, they do pretty awesome amounts of damage. Yes, that is one thing I do adore, is that there are some epic heavy weapons launched in Far Harbor, as well as the Striker Fat Man. The Striker Fat Man was a gigantic success as well. That was also launched in Far Harbor. Surprise, surprise, as Far Harbor has some of my most loved weapons in it, including the Radical Conversion Radium Rifles. I do adore the Radium Rifles more than any other weapon, I think, in this whole frickin' game. The Radical Conversion is one of the best, but let's get back to business and talk about the Admiral's Friend. Yes, it is another weapon that you guys can buy. I love those buying and selling weapons. Those are pretty much the best way to go, and this should be sold for maybe, mine was about 4,000. That's with my perks and whatnot. Prepare yourself with around 10,000. It'll probably be much cheaper, guys. So that's just a little preparing price for you. In case you guys just want to prepare for it. That was what I brought with me, because I found out that you had to buy it. That's what I brought with me to the sales, but I only had to pay 4,000.